I have with me PERSAUD. So could you just share us a little bit about your ventures and the different roles you've played in cricket in Canada?
First of all, I'm the president of Brampton Etobicoke District Cricket League, which is now, for the last 2 years, the largest cricket league in Canada. We have 157 teams. We have two formats. One, which is a T25, it's a derivative. I started that in 2008, and it kept doubling. It has 100 teams now, and because of facilities, we have to keep turning people away. The other one is the 50 over format, which was popular for a long time, but the T20, T25 is getting more popular. In Brampton, when I started, it was 18 teams and 3 privately owned grounds. Now we are the largest cricket league in Canada with 157. We have 17 cricket pitches, 3 more coming up with 20. We have the first true lighted cricket facility came up last year. We have another one coming up in 2020, and we have 3 more in the next 2 to 3 years. So within the next 3 years, there'll be 5 actually true ICC lighted cricket facilities in Brampton. And I've been responsible for that with working with the various mayors and cities over 32 plus years, knocking on the doors, getting them to recognize cricket. And it's now considered in our city as one of the mainstream sports, meaning cricket is not under the table when they look at planning for all the other sports. It's right there equally for planning, for infrastructure, research, development, funding, everything. I was also the president for the provincial body, which is Cricket Ontario, for 5 years. I came in on 2010 when we formed the provincial body, but I took over the presidency in 2014. 2014 to 2019, we completely revived cricket in the entire province, bringing everybody together under one umbrella. And now I'm the vice president, and my first vice president is now the president. And I served 2 years on the Cricket Canada board. So I have spent almost more than half of my life on building cricket and promoting cricket and building infrastructures. I first started in Montreal, Quebec, where I became the vice president of what is called the QCF, and then I left and went to Toronto. And at that time, I had promised my wife I would not be in cricket anymore when we moved. And a couple of guys, I was going to church, and they asked me to come and mediate. And she told me, you're going to get stuck in it. So said, so done. I became the president of the organization, and I've been there for 33 years and counting.
Wow, that's incredible, especially as we try to grow, cricket in North America. That's incredible. So how long have you been associated with the Cricket Council USA?
I came in 2015 along with Shah Zafar, my then vice president. He was running cricket on CCUSA, T20 Open, as a part of the management team. He asked me to come along. MAQ and them got me here. I worked in the management team with the US Open 2015, 2016, and then I was busy on the times that they were having the US Open, as you can see, developing cricket in my own personal life and work, etc. So I took a hiatus for a while, but I've always been involved with MAQ and helping him promote this event. And first time I met MAQ was when he first ventured out of the US into Canada. And that was a T20 he held in Niagara region. So we also managed that event, myself and my Shaji. And then we're now looking at bringing in 2020 a MAQ T10 tournament across the border in Canada, which will be the first of his official high-level venture into Canadian cricket. So we were planning to do this about 3-4 years, but it didn't materialize. But now we're going to do it in 2020. There will be a MAQ T10 Open in Canada that will be played in 2020.
Yeah, no, that would be great. Having Cricket Council USA, go over to Canada and have some matches there, that would be amazing.
Yeah, he has been wanting to do this for a while, and so did we, but we're going to put it together this year.
So how important do you think Cricket Council USA's role is in cricket in USA, growing it and everything?
I think Mac has done a tremendous job. For example, I work in the insurance industry where I build software solutions for insurance companies. And I remember when I used to come over in the US and I go to my clients and I talk about cricket, it was like, what are you talking about, right? There's no cricket here. And eventually, gradually, cricket started growing because of the expatriates coming in, working at these companies. And I was involved in insurance companies. And it started to grow. And it's then I found out Maq Qureshi doing this and voluntarily from his pocket, putting in all of these and trying to consciously raise and grow the sports in the US. And I think he has done an amazing job in making people conscious and aware of what the game is and what it's all about. And this US Open, when I came, I remember, I can't remember the number of teams, but it was about 20 something. And you can see every year the number of teams. And when something is successful and it's growing and there's a passion behind it, because Maq Qureshi has a lot of passion that he puts into it, not only his time and his labor, his money, but I can identify with that, not with the money and all of that, but with the passion, because that's what I've had in growing cricket, to sticking for 31 plus years and developing from something from scratch and bring it to where it is today. People who come in, they just see the landscape and they enjoy it, but they have no idea how that landscape started to where it got. Maq Qureshi is a really good testament to that, that US cricket now is very well known. Maq Qureshi is very well known. CCUSA is very well known. ICC has had no choice but to finally recognize the fact that CCUSA and Maq Qureshi is doing what they want to be done for cricket in America, which is to promote it, grow it, make it available to not only expatriates, but the challenge is always to get it to the level where the normal American will start looking at it and enjoying it. And the crossovers with a few baseball teams into the stadium, those are terrific for getting people. You know, people say that cricket is boring when they talk about the Test cricket fight. Baseball, we all love American sports. We love baseball, we love hockey, basketball is my passion. But you watch a baseball game and people are swinging and missing and swinging and missing and nothing is happening. And then when it goes past the 8 innings, it's a 3-4 hour game and just watching people slugging, not doing anything. Cricket is different. So I always tell people, especially Canadians and anyone who don't know the game, come and watch the game. Don't go with stigmatism or what people tell you, watch the game. It's more engaging, it's more entertaining, and it's more challenging than the games that you look at. Yes, hockey is flying up and down the ice. Baseball isn't. Cricket is a hell of a game, especially the T20 format, even the 50 over format, right? So you struggle with all of those when you're trying to build it and take it across a population that doesn't know about it. But in Canada now, cricket is one of the two fastest growing sport in Canada. And the only reason soccer is ahead of us is that you can put 5 soccer fields into a cricket pitch, because that's the model that we use in order to grow cricket. They call it a soccer cricket overlay. The 4 soccer pitches are on the 4 ends, and the cricket is in the middle, so it doesn't interfere with that part, but the outfield is obviously sacrificed. But as long as you maintain it and you look after it, it works. And in Canada, in my city, it works for us to grow from 3 pitches to 14, and now we're going 17, and gradually we're getting dedicated pitches, which is only cricket and not multi-purpose, right? But the multi-purpose perspective enables the cities and the municipalities to start to introduce the game, to start to bring it where they could use the parcel of land, this huge parcel of land that you need for cricket, but for not just one sport, but for multiple sports. Yeah. And that's how you have to start. You always have to creep, then walk, then run, then get where you're going, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much for all your insights.